2 fights so far.
Oh, I like this, Mickey.
Oh, that's really well done from Mickey. Already underneath the tower, that's trying to do the damage that he can. Explosive pass from Wonder. At the same time, he's sacrificing himself to this play, but the base will get him out just in time. TP's now from G2. It takes 2 tower shots, and immediately is killed. Wonder takes another, and Taylor dives into his demise.
Rogue's problem is kind of similar to last year, where they play a bit too much by the book. Maybe against bad teams, that's fine. But against good teams, I think it can be worse, because the good teams will fight you at everything you do. Because we just take every fight, and then you have to be willing to do it as well.
One shot, Neon, that's big damage, but now launch with the ball. Are you kidding me? That's still connected. That's one. What is jungle roll? It's the double. Looting lullaby. Look for that fleet. Then a 4-man Magnus Storm.
I think it's possible that it's us and G2 in the finals. I feel like there's a lot of spotlights on us. It's gonna be a challenge to keep being at the top.
Time to go. The fight is now kicking off. Overall, in the backside, but he's being focused. Remember, but still, the healing is incredible. The one shot coming from the backside, and we predicted it. I'll say it again. No, one is unkillable, and he is shredding the entire team. Undertow, no Cowboy stands here for going in. Good, but he's coming in. There's the Ragnarok. He shuffled forward, and the train comes in. Yankos! Yankos, that is disgusting! That is not allowed!
Between the two teams. Rogue 0-9 up against G2, and I think that's a little bit of the idea that Reckless was talking about in that video, is that, you know, to get a gank off, because that Gnar can be slippery, and a bot lane with a black shield, it's impossible to play against.
It absolutely is. Jankos and Inspired on nearby. This is going to turn into a 2v2 as Caps is just running down Larson. First blood picked up solo, and now Inspired will be the next target. He's trying to run away. No flash available.
In the Rogue mid laner's favor, so he's going to continue to play forward here, and that's why I'd love to see Mickey get in the area off of the reset. He's going to look for a play around mid.
Gonna be able to find Inspired in just a moment. Flash forward into the Zenith Blade. Shield of Daybreak picks up the kill, and the culling allows Caps to pick up the second, flawlessly executed.
That is just beautiful. That's everything you need to see out of Mickey coming off that play. Because again, the lane, after the solo kill, was going to get a little bit rough. Now Jankos is on the ward.
Oh, Odoamne is going to hop away to safety. Got a flash available, gets away from at least the first spear as Jankos swaps into Cougar form. And despite taking a damage from Odo, it will be Wonder that picks up the final blow. Warming up relatively well. Now, he hasn't been able to get involved in the kill as Jankos will pounce over the wall. Zenith Blade manages to get Mickey onto Trimby, but Jankos cannot and will not use the flash just yet. So and this game could be a preview of the finals. This game could be the #1 and #2.
I think it is, Trevor. I'll say it right now. Here we go. Mickey goes in.
There's fine Larson this time around. The curtain is called. Defensive flash from Larson. He manages to escape with the help of the Sand Soldiers, but the fourth shot, and Jankos pouncing into the fray. The stun will catch out Trim, and he's trying to root down 2. Jankos is able to escape, but he gets put to sleep, and Hunt Summer's on the board. The first for Rogue. That's a dash forward for Caps. He manages to take out Trimby. Now Inspired and Hunt Summer running for their lives. G2 are setting up for a dive.
It's a big fight there from G2. Jankos is around the tower looking to see what he can find for himself. Yeah, and you can see there, I mean, in this replay, even how frustrating Leona can be against an Azir, because the Zenith Blade lands, sure, you still knocked her away, but then what comes out after it? The Solar Flare, right in the middle of the animation there, so it's very challenging to escape if you are Larson, especially if the Black Shield isn't immediately ready, which it wasn't. Trimby wasn't quite in range, and then stunned up against the wall. They tried to turn it around, but I think the sleep maybe runs out on Mickey a little bit early. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, though, because Caps pumps out so much damage, and there's simply no threat left to put on him from
mids, but he needs to be able to take down Caps to be able to claim that title.
Yeah, and it started off with a solo kill again in this one. Caps coming back off of the TP, and we're going to see the game continue. Playing around Vision, so good at getting into your jungle, and once again, we're seeing them on the hunt towards bot.
Mickey doesn't have the solar flare available. Trimby may be forced to flash, gets rooted in place in the culling. A defensive stance, but fortunately, with the Morgana, with the Azir, they do have some tools to fall back and push G2 away.
See, the thing is, 4 players from G2 are on the way. They have mid lane priority because they've got a duo there. Rogue, Trimby, and Hans cannot be here.
They absolutely cannot. The spear goes out. That's another tag. Dash comes up from Reckless, will not find the route. The Dark Binding buys some time. Reckless is going to dash forward thanks to the Gale Force. Trimby still got that flash from earlier, holds onto it, but the tower is gone, the pressure is done. Flash and heal used from Hans Sama. He simply cannot stand long enough because G2 members will look to kill him.
Caps gets a little tickle there.
They have to hold off. They cannot concede Baron. And it feels to me like a flank from Inspired or Odo. Maybe one of the only ways, as Odo is now under a lot of pressure.
But he's baiting. Caps is right inside the fog of war right now. He's just barely seen, and Odo will back away. This is what
Absolutely is. He's got himself the Gale Force completed. Odo's about to gnaw out, and Jankos unable to find Spear this time around. No support
All
from
of
the
these
rest.
going to be good options for the Azir because Rogue's comp is a lot about keeping range. And, well, they found Jankos.
They have indeed. He's going to flash over the wall, get put to sleep. There's no further follow-up. Dark Binding! Oh, the snipe and the burn. It's Inspired.
Once these abilities go down, that give big windows over towards G2.
A lot of damage coming down onto Mickey. He's the target, forced to flash away. Huge. Does his 2 items completed already, but defending a tower is difficult.
Larson,
against
how crazy is he feeling?
He's got no flash available. The Everfrost will buy some time, but look at G2's pathing. Caps going around, looking for the Tribush. Emperor's Divide, the slide, the glide. Larson needs to buy some time. Sends out the Sand Soldiers, but cannot interrupt. Wonder, the rest of Rogue, what is the call? Inspired north of the pit. The 3 members of Rogue making their way down.
It's so hard. It just has to be a Baron steal here because Odo has no rage built up. Trimby not with an ultimate, not in position, but Mickey is low.
Odo 1, they're starting to charge up that Narbar. Baron is down to 2,000. Inspired's looking for it. He flashes forward and he's killed. G2 focus him down. The smite is removed as Mickey loses his life. G2 will be able to pick up the Baron. Have to be taken into consideration, but we know that Rogue can do better than they're demonstrating today. And you still have to give them some credit, right? They haven't just fallen over. As Inspired will get obliterated by Jankos. The Solar Flare catches Larson. The Emperor's Divide does nothing to slow or stop G2. And despite Odo buying some time, the rest of G2 are collapsing, surrounding, and crushing Rogue's hopes. Odo will be the next target as he gets rooted down from a long range. A dash forward from the Gale Force. Another
Mickey again!
Zenith Blade. Every single tool lands. And G2 Esports are inside the base of Rogue.
Mickey showed up to play today, from the early roams to mid to again finding Larson in these fights over and over and over. G2 are flashing onto Larson. They're going to finish him off before this game is done. G2 are going to take down Rogue.
The uncontested first seed during the regular season. G2 Esports dominate Rogue, turn their attention to Inspired. Will there be some showmanship? It feels like there just might be. That was personal as Inspired picks up a kill onto Jankos, watching his Nexus go down. G2 are your best team.